Little sound check. 1 2 3 sound check. I think it froze. Is it freezing? Sound check. 1 2 3 sound check. Sound check. 1 2 3. Video. Testing, testing, 1 2 3. Mic check. 1 2 3. Mic check. 1 2 3. Testing, testing. Check, check, 1 2 3. Mic check. 1 2 3. Mic check. Check. 1 2 3. Mic check. 1 2 3. Check, check, 1 2 3. Mic check. 1 2 3. Oh, okay. Says Pooja says we can hear you. But the video is frozen. Video is frozen. Oh, okay, now it's going. Okay. streaming from desktop right now, and seems like you can hear Moksha Mukti. There's another way to test it through the phone here, and quick sound check again from my end.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, mic check 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, testing.
So sound is coming from there. However, the video seems frozen. Video seems like it's frozen. Testing. Okay. Well, anyway, this is not going well technical wise, so there's some issues going on. Anyway, who's here? There's Martin, Andre, Pooja Bachani, Martin, and Michelle Cookhill, Wagner, Ryan, and Vivian, Oliver, Akash Dhawan, and Martin Andre. So those of you who just joined, namaste. I don't know if you can hear. On this end, it's not coming out well from my end.
Check.
See,
One,
I'm
two, three.
testing from here like
Check
this
1, 2, 3.
on the phone, and it keeps freezing on.
Mic check.
So anyway, everyone, namaste.
Check 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3.
There's a technical issues going on from my end.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's okay.
So sound is coming from there.
Okay, everything seems to be working from my end.
The video
So we're gonna begin this gathering, and thanks everyone. Namaste. Thanks for joining.
seems like it's frozen.
And
Testing. Okay.
Ree says we can see you moving. It's all good to go. Sherry Lewis is here again. Namaste, my lovely. Namaste. Josh hopes says can hear you. Martin says namaste. Namaste, Martin. Ree says yes, we can hear you. Martin says yes, we can hear you. Namaste. We hear morning from Canada. Josie says morning from Canada. Hello, Canada. Namaste, Canada.
Martin and Michelle
Martin says, hey, how are you today? I am doing well. How are you? Martin, how is everyone doing? Pooja says, I can hear you.
And Martin and so those of you who just joined, namaste. I don't know if you can hear.
So everything is going good, technically. So this gathering is happening. It took a little while to get it started. A little longer than I normally would have liked, but it is what it is, you see. And those folks in the
So anyway, everyone, namaste.
astrology or some different form of profession would tell you, well, there is a planet Mercury, and that is in a retrograde and causing all this havoc in the communication. So folks might tell you like that, but it is what it is. Joji said technology and I don't mix. My energy messes up with technology too, huh? Well, it is what it is, you see. Maybe a little water would do the trick. See? Cheers.
Okay, now it's okay. Okay, everything seems to be working fine. So we're gonna begin this gathering.
Sherry says you're fine at this end.
Thanks everyone. Namaste. Thanks for joining. And
Martin says, what is lost souls? Martin, the lost souls is the described by your thoughts. Nothing more, nothing less. Lindsay Lee says, I am grateful to be here. Thanks for joining, Lindsay. Namaste.
Martin says, hey, how are you today? I am doing well. How are you? Martin, how is everyone doing? Pooja says, I can hear you.
Place that phone there so I can read your comment like that. So no more strain on the back. You see.
So everything is going good, technically. So
Michael says, here is Mike from Germany. Namaste. Namaste, Michael. Thanks for joining.
a little longer than I normally would have liked, but it is what it is, you see. And those folks in the astrology or some different form of profession would tell you, well, there is a planet Mercury, and that is in a retrograde and causing all this havoc.
Lisa Lopez is here. Namaste, Lisa. Thanks for joining. She says hello. Joseph. Namaste, peace profound. Namaste, Joseph. Thanks for joining. Martin and says, I am good. Thanks for asking. Lindsay Lude, good. I did not miss anything.
Technology and I don't mix. My energy messes up with technology too, huh? Well, it is what it is, you see. Maybe a little water would do the trick. See? Cheers. Sherry says you're fine in the same. Martin says, what is lost souls? Martin, the lost soul.
Lindsay says, you're so right. Constant message to drink
Described
more clean water.
by your thoughts. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, sometimes people come here and see this crystal, that crystal, you know, but water will do the trick. Vanessa Daljit says, Namaste, Namaste, Vanessa.
Michael says here is Mike German.
Everything is simply happening. This gathering is simply happening. No words is really necessary, but simply this is just the expression, expressing through words and non-words. Hey Vivian, how are you? Says, how's your back today? Namaste. Vivian, my back feels much better. Thank you for asking. There's a slight sensation still there, present. I can feel the sensation, but you see, I am technically or logistically well positioned. See, I'm leaning on my chair here. I've got a cushion on the back, and I don't need to lean forward to do anything now. I can see your comments on the computer screen from here. Then I have a phone here. If that freezes, this is going. So logistically, or there's another word, ergonomically, I think I am well suited and the back feels good, you see. How are you doing today, Vivian? And thanks for joining. And by the way, I will be drawing names for the one-on-one session. Moksha Mukti offers one-on-one session, and those of you who shared Moksha Mukti's live videos and live feeds and other videos, your names are drawn from the you will be drawing. So I have a Yulela Trancoso, Sandra Agborn, Cindy McCarthy Smith, Olga No, Sail Kumar, Jenny Jeffers, Vicky Reynolds, Michelle Cook, Dawn Dees, Melanie Hawkins, Anna Flanagan, Jose Sanj, Sherry Lewis, Lowell, Chris Garetino, Wagner Ryan, Carissa Siciliano, Amber Head, Matthew Johnson, and John Imbelan. So these are the people whose names will be drawn out of the hat for you to have a free one-on-one session with Moksha Mukti. You see, and Moksha Mukti offers a one-on-one session, and you can request to do one-on-one session via a website, and he'll share the website in a few minutes. And thanks for those who I just read their names for sharing Moksha Mukti's live feed. And that's just a little FOI on the side. Martin says, do you believe in God and demons and all that? Martin, that is coming from your thoughts. All the demons, God, everything is coming from your thought. And Moksha Mukti is pointing to you that one thought says God and next thought says demon. They're both interpretation of the mind. You see. And Moksha Mukti is not here to speak about the God or the religion. We are here to simply speak about your life experiences, your functionality, how you're functioning. And both God and demons are imagination of the mind. You see, imagining. God doesn't have a name. It is formless. And it will be injustice for God to call God. You see. Just the word given to you. But what Moksha Mukti is pointing to you, he calls source or the quantum plexus. And that is available to you within you now. And he's pointing you to give attention to that. Sarah says, have been having troubles focusing with low energy. Is there anything I can do besides drink more water to help us? Sarah, Moksha Mukti has pointed in many different occasions, it's okay to have a low energy. There's no problem. You wanting to have a high energy is causing you the problem. Because that low energy has a duration and it's okay. Accept it and you will see you start feeling the high energy. You see, because that has a duration. Accept it. And give attention to the source. Maybe there is something needs to happen in the low energy. Maybe there is a new experience created for you to recognize the source, for you to experience the source, for you to see the source. So it's okay to have a low energy. Lindsay Lee says, I am back. I got kicked off. Yeah, that's what happens. This technology glitches. Lindsay says, would you like me to share the live feed like this too with this or your astrology page? Yeah, Lindsay, feel free to share, and when you share the page, Moksha Mukti will enter your name. So that if you're interested, we can go 1-on-1. You can win 1-on-1 session. Nora Gunning Patterson Bosman. Blessings to you. Nora, namaste. Lindsay Liz says, blessings to all those who are sharing and supporting your work. Yeah. Thank you, Lindsay. But in the reality, those who come here, listen to Moksha Mukti, reported back to him that you have unique experiencing or some extraordinary experiencing. Or you reported back to Moksha Mukti that you are healed by coming here listening to, whatever the case may be. What Moksha Mukti is doing is simply expressing the expression of the existence through the words and non-words, non-verbal communications and communications. Pebzin Gan Self says, when do I get to translate the book of life into English? I do not know what you mean by the book of life, Pebzin. Lindsay says, can you use astrology to figure out if someone is my twin flame? Moksha Mukti is not against astrology. Moksha Mukti does read astrology now and then. And you see, but what Moksha Mukti's points here is there is something within you that does not need no astrology, that does not need no so-called twin flame, you see. Because in the reality, you are your own twin flame. And when you experience that, then so-called another twin flame, if there exists, you see, is bound to be together. Because when you recognize the source, express the source, that is love. And when you express that, it is simply nothing but love. And what happens? You attract love. But there is a certainly intangible or tangible energy or vibration through the planets in our solar system as well as in a distant galaxy, which the astrology hasn't gotten there yet as far as information gathering, you see. But there are intangible forces stimulating you intangibly, which you don't see with your eyes, you see. And you think that you are separate from the galaxy. You think that there is a vast distance, but in the reality there is no distance. There is no distance, there is no space, there is no time. All of them are created by your thought. And Moksha Mukti is not teaching you anything, he is simply pointing you to your source, or the source. And that is available to you now in this present moment, you see. And it simply requires your attention. Martin says, how do I get more energy? Feel sleepy all the time. You wanting to get more energy is probably causing you the problem. Is there a problem feeling sleepy all the time? Are you having problems feeling sleepy all the time? Maybe you're anxious. Anxiety is causing you that. Pooja writes, any guidance for me? Pooja, you do not need any guidance. Simply give attention to the source, that is observing everything. Give attention to that. And validate and verify. That source itself will guide you, you see. Nora Gunning says, thank you, Moksha Mukti, namaste. Well, I don't know why Nora, you're thanking Moksha Mukti, but namaste. Sherry, Louis, I am having the tea and bickies and enjoying the chat. Glad you're enjoying and joining this chat, Sherry. You've been here many times and you keep on coming back. Oh, now I gotta scroll this. I missed the. No. Okay, Nora. Any guidance for me, Moksha Mukti? Namaste. Nora, Moksha Mukti is not guiding you. He is simply pointing you to something that you already have available that itself will guide you. And he's pointing to that. And it simply requires your attention. And it requires a little bit of effort, just a little. And when the effort happens, attention happens, and he's not asking for much, only 15 seconds while you're here. 15 seconds of your time giving attention to that is observing, and then something profound can happen without you even knowing it now. You see, you don't even feel like, well, this is, I feel the same. Yet something may have happening to you. You may not recognize that now, but when the recognition happens, it just opens you up to new possibilities, infinite possibilities, and opens you up to allow miracle to happen in your life. Because now what thought is doing is closing you, and thought adds up, and there no more space for you to accept anything from what universe is granting. Universe is granting constantly. Just like the vase that's sitting there, if the vase is empty, you can hold a lot of things. You can accept a lot of things. If the vessel is full, you cannot accept things. Similarly, too much thought is contracting you. Too much thought is closing you, boxing you. And giving attention to the source will cleanse the thought and allows you to open up to infinite possibilities. And something may seem so slow, like you may looking for a job, and that finding that job that you want, that process may look slow, and you may run out of money, and you may run out of patience, and you may run out of mixing with the friends, and you may have anxiety. But the anxiety is only in a physiological level. It is exaggerated by the mind. You see? This is simply everything is happening. Okay, I gotta flint forward, which I don't want to do it, but Pebjin says, my spirit guide gave me the book of life, a golden book with the tree of life engraved, and when I managed to open it, runs of a dead language were written in it. My goal is to translate this into English. Well, if you want to do it, do it. Moksha Mukti does not read any books. Moksha Mukti does not listen to anyone. Everything Moksha Mukti is expressing is expression of the source or the existence. This is simply happening without reading any books, without listening to any books, and listening to anyone. But if you want to do that, Anne Flanagan. Hey Anne, you're back. Namaste Moksha. Namaste Anne. Sarah Lance. Since twin flames was brought up, I understand love attracts love, but is there any way to attract it faster, or is it just divine timing? There is no such thing as divine timing, Sarah. And see, Moksha Mukti just pointed out earlier, there is a process and everything takes time or duration. Is what it is. What it is. You wanting to have it faster is causing you the problem. You see. Simply be here and now, experience this now. Don't worry about twin flames. It'll appear to you. Puja, but puja gives flower. Says your laugh is so nice. Thank you. Martin says, like you live stream, but need to get some sleep more. Have a nice day. It is what it is, Martin. If you need to sleep, sleep. But if you're sleeping too much, maybe you're not eating right. Maybe cut down on your carb and cut down on your meat, or maybe you'll feel not sleepy. Or go see an expert, sleep expert. So anyway, thanks for joining, and you also have a nice day. And just because you feel sleepy doesn't mean there is a problem, you see. Or there is a problem, your body will tell you that. When you give attention to the source, body will tell you that, hey, maybe I ate too much, that's causing me to do that. Maybe I ate too much carb, you see. Now when you give too much attention to the thought, see, you want another thought to make you not feel sleepy. In the reality, your body is telling you all the information that you need, because body is tremendously intelligent, and you are ignoring that message or the receptor or the things that's sending out, because your thought is consuming all your energy, and you have no more energy for your body to pay attention to the body. Where did the comment go? Oh, there it is. Okay. I have to lean forward. I don't like to lean forward. So anyway, Shirisha, I just like observing and listening. Hope you don't mind. No, Sherry, Moksha Mukti is not minding. This is what is happening. This is expressing. And this gathering is simply happening, and without you, this gathering cannot be happening. You see, all of you are here. All of you are here. This energy that is happening is like a wave in the ocean. You see, we are the ocean. We are the universe. Like the waves is the ocean. Lindsay says, I feel that source is directing me to my twin flames and not just a soulmate. We really are yin and yang and feel we are one the same. My intuition feels so strong since opening up more. Yeah, I mean, there is no problem, you know, but what is happening there, Lindsay, is you're thinking. You're thinking, you're imagining that there is a twin flame. You're imagining there is a soulmate. You see, you don't need to worry about anything. See, the existence has given you everything that you need. You wanting to look for the twin flame or the soul flame is causing you the problem. And that possibly is making you delay. And you wanting it faster is causing you the problem, making you delay. Actually, you wanting the faster is making you delay. Simply be here and now. Enjoy. Give attention to the source that is observing everything. Maybe it's telling you something. You see, now when you give too much attention to the thought, because thought is wanting that. Thought is wanting something that lasts forever. Thought is wanting that is ideal. You see, which may not even exist. You see, but thought wants that. Because that is the nature of the thought. You see. Lisa Reeves says hello. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Vivian says everything is within you. Yes, everything is within you. That's what Moksha Mukti is pointing. Everything you're looking for is already within you. All the happiness, everything is already within you. Even so-called twin flame or flame is already within you also. You see. You have not recognized it. A little stretch. Sitting on a back too long can strain your back. Oh, I do have to scroll. I hope it scrolls on its own. Sometimes it does that, sometimes it doesn't. I don't know why. Because leaning is like straining on the back. Maybe I'll just keep the mouse here. There it is. You see? When you give attention to the source, source itself will guide you. Sandra Agborn says, good morning everyone. Hey Sandra, how are you? I've announced your name earlier that you're on the list for drawing, so you can, if you're interested, you have opportunity to win a one-on-one session with Moksha Mukti. And Moksha Mukti is offering one-on-one session for 15 minutes to half hour, and he's going to share the page where you can go and request one if you want one, or if you want you can share Moksha Mukti's page or this live video, and then there's a opportunity for you to win one, you know. I mean, that if you want to go deeper. See, what we're doing right now is going just the surface. See, just touching the surface. See, it's nowhere near deeper in terms of thinking, in terms of what thought says. Because moksha, thought thinks that the source is deep. Says, well, I can't get to that deep, and thought will never get there. But giving attention to that, you have that access right now, immediately. Lindsay says, he just found me again after many years. Wait a minute, Lindsay, you said you were looking for one, and now you're saying you just found me. Which is it? Sherry says, so we don't need relationships. Relationships simply happening, Sherry. Relationships simply happen. It's a dance. Quantum, dance of quantum, dance of universe. It happens. Universe dances, relationships created. It is created for you. It simply happens. Vivian says, are you crossing your legs? Yes, Vivian, at the moment I am. That seems to it seems to put a less pressure on the back because I'm sitting too much. You see? I'm not crossing now. I think you I think the body just wants you to have it crossed. I don't know why. Simply listening to the body, Vivian. Body has tremendous intelligence. It sends you pain signal or some other sensation to communicate to you, for it to do something for you. And its intelligence is installed to the body. What thought thinks of the body, its intelligence is installed to the body, because thought thinks, hey body, you know nothing. I know everything. I can get you information. And all the information out there are just the imagination. All thoughts, all of them are assumed. They can assume this, that, and the other, not knowing holistically. You see, it's like pointing a tail of an elephant as an elephant, because what is happening is holistically that is happening. You have a DNA, you have your body, you have your thoughts, you have your food, you have your environment. All of them is significantly monitoring or regulating your health. That's a good comment, by the way. Yeah, Lindsay says, I enjoy the loving energy from the source, and I'm filled with happiness from that, which is why it is right time for me. See, that is exactly what Moksha Mukti is pointing out. See, now just because you feel good, now just because you experience, doesn't mean it's the right time. You see, that is illusion. That is illusion. You see, the right time may be the time when you are feeling down, or when you're in pain. When is the time you least expect. You see, or you're exhausted, tired, and that may happen. See, what you describe is just the assumption. Now you want it. That means you want it now because I feel good. You see, that's not how life works. And wanting to have something, now it is you wanting something, you see, and life is not happening for you like that, and that is causing you the problem. You see, now you're describing nicely that you want now, you want that soul flame now, you see. Maybe miracle can happen, you see. Maybe you find something instantly. Who knows? Oh, I think it's moving too fast. I gotta scroll down. Chrissy Kauto says good morning. Hey Chrissy, you're back again. Thanks for joining. Namaste. Chrissy says good morning, just shared. Oh, thank you, Chrissy. I think I already have your name here on the list. Okay, your name is not on the list, so I'll go and write your name here. Yeah, I'll write your name. I know who shared and who don't share, so I'll just go back and check it and get the names from there. But thank you, Chrissy. Amy Alice Pearl McMahon says, "Hey man, I am addicted to my ex." You are not addicted, Amy. What is addicted is your thought. Your thought is addicting you because you have some great experience in the past and you are recreating that experience through your thought. That is not your real experience. Your experience is pseudo experience created by the thought, and thought is wanting more because it is in your memory and you are in the past. You see, stay here now. Don't believe in your thoughts. Stay in the present moment and you will not be so-called addicted. Amy says, I know it's not love, so it must be ego. It's your thought, Amy. And Moksha Mukti is pointing you, don't believe in your thoughts, even for 15 seconds while you're here. I mean, you come here for a reason, and he's pointing for just for 15 seconds. Don't believe in your thoughts. Observe, give attention to that. That is observing everything. Amy says, but how do I quit? I've tried, but it's been non-stop for 6 years. I don't know how I'll actually stop. See, don't even try it. Wanting to stop is probably causing you the problem. If it happens, simply accept it and experience and see it. Observe it. You see? And there is a possibility for you to see the source, and when you see the source, it will fall off. Josh Norton says hi. Hi, Josh. Ramit Singh says we need to discover the source of our joy and love. It is within. With outside reliance, we discover it's ever-changing and therefore can give us everlasting experience. When we know this is, we have found freedom. There is no need to discover anything. Ramit, what Moksha Mukti is pointing to you is to give attention to the source. That is already available to you now in this present moment. And that is source of everything. And the joy and the love that you describe is actually description of the thought. You see. And yes, it's true that is within us. And yes, it's true outside reliance is not necessary. Because when you rely outside, you're giving power to outside and just losing everything that you have already within you. You see. And that is actually making you, that is actually is what you're searching for all your life. You see. And the freedom, you see, it's just another word. You see, and you're assuming. I mean, have you experienced that? Is this coming from your experience, or are you just saying some theory that you've read somewhere or heard somewhere? You see. And we're speaking from experience, life experience. But I know that that is not from your experience. Susan says hello. Hello, Susan. Ramit says, our addictions are our wounds. We must address the inner traumas. No, addiction is not wounds, Ramit. Addiction is something that experience. You are recreating that experience that is stored in a memory, because that previous experience felt really good, and you're wanting to experience that again is causing you the problem, you see. Because everything goes up and down. Sometimes you're going to have a very good experience, sometimes not. And you wanting to have that great experience again is causing you the problem, because simply right now what is happening is simply happening, you see. Lindsay says, someone I really connect with 12 years ago and did not have a chance to be with each other because we were always dating with other people, being loyal, but now we are both happy and free at the right moment. Okay, so if you found whoever found, there is no problem. Ramit, Amy writes, Ramit, it's daddy issue for sure. I don't know what you mean by that, Amy, but then the C writes again, I want to forgive my dad and speak with him about, oh, okay, now I see. But he won't listen to take responsibility for what he's done, which I never thought I needed, but I do need in order to heal. You don't really need to do that, Amy. You don't need to have your dad listen to you. You see, you wanting him to listen to you is coming from your thought. And what Moksha Mukti is pointing, don't believe in your thoughts. And maybe, you see, when that attachment falls up, it's possible your dad's gonna listen to you. Not at the moment that you want, but when it happens, it happens. You see. Lindsay says, I understand what you're saying. I don't think I am explaining myself correctly. Okay, so, right. Speak. Heal that, because our addiction to other is our projection of the past of our subconscious trying to heal the pain in the present. I don't know, Ramit. I don't know what subconscious is trying to do or not trying to do. You see, and I even question subconscious, if there is a subconscious. You see, or is someone's imagination. But you're longing to be with the source. That's what Moksha Mukti is pointing. And observe that pain or addiction, observe that, not giving attention to the thought, observing that is happening, that is observing everything, and that observing will reveal you to the source. And when that happens, see, all this action is not needed. You see, it falls off and you are freed from it. You see. And Moksha Mukti is not telling you what to do. He's simply pointing you to something that is already available to you now. And you see, and in there you don't need any more information. All the information you needed is already available to you now. You see, and it's simply requires your attention, and he's not asking more than 15 seconds. 15 seconds of attention to that is observing, and there's a possibility for you to something profound to happen, possibility for you to open, possibility for you to open infinite possibilities, and possibility for you to create miracle, you see, and allow everything to happen naturally, you see. No one need to tell you what to do, what not to do, you see. You have heard that all your life, even your probably dad told you what to do, what not to do, you see. And no one really needs to tell you what to do, what not to do. Lindsay Lay say shared as well. Thank you, Lindsay. And I will put your name on the drawing to have a one-on-one chat with you. Ramesh says, let the universe take care of his part. Yes. Let the universe or existence or simply happening take care of it. Because you wanting to take care of something that is coming from the thought is causing you the problem. Because thought wants something. Thought imagines, thought assumes. You do not know the reality. You see, that is only assumed reality, projected reality, or just the projection of the reality. It's just like the mirror. Thought is like the mirror. You see yourself. You see. But is the image of the mirror reality? No. It's a far from the reality. It just appears as it is what it is, because there is a mental equipment that we have. You see. That sees the separateness. Amy says, I am here, I am. Thank you. Great insight. Hey Vivian, are you out there? I was crossing my leg and I just uncrossed. And today we're moving slow. Because it is what is happening. And you may be hearing slight echo on the background, because I am listening to these talks on iPhones to make sure the audio is coming out right. Sometimes there are issues with the audio, you know, so you may be hearing that. And Moksha Mukti does not need to speak. He speaks only when something reveals to him, like a revelation, or something appears in his consciousness that he needs to speak or express. Otherwise, he's just sitting there silently. And your comments, concern, questions actually pushing Moksha Mukti's button for him to speak.
Vivian, are you out there? I was crossing my leg and I didn't cross.
Vivian says yes always. Says good. You see, everything happens, you see. Just like rain happens, cloudy day happens, sunshine happens, snow happens. Animals appear in your backyard. Front yard. People, you see people. Many people appear here. New people appear here. Same people are keep on coming back again and again. Everything is happening. And this gathering is simply happening. And what's Moksha Mukti pointing you to give attention to that, and then there's a possibility for you to experience new possibilities, possibility for you to experience profound experiences, possibility for you to open up to infinite possibilities. See, simply allows you to happen. When you give too much to the thought, thinking, it closes you down, it boxes you up, it causes stress, it causes anxiety, it causes you to be sick. You see. Now, is life gonna be all time no less thinking and more opening? No. Sometimes there will be closing. You see. There needs to be done. There needs for you to do something, and it requires thinking. You see. Especially to function in the society. And in that happen, yes, it happens. And then there is a possibility for you to open up again when you give attention to the source. Now that source is observing everything, and you are validating and verifying. You see. Vivian writes, is your laugh another form of expression? No. Simply expressing, Vivian. See, when the recognition happens, either you laugh or cry. And if you go observe in the source, both laughter and the cry, tear, are coming from the same source. And see, this is just a touching on a surface. We're not going nowhere near deep, just like swimming on the beach. So you can dive in the ocean, and there where the pearl is found, in the deep end. In the ocean, in the beach, there is only seashells. And sometimes you're lucky, you may be able to find something valuable. You see, but most of the time there's nothing but seashells and sand on the surface. But if you go deeper, you may find that pearl. And the pearl is Moksha Mukti saying that experiencing. See, you want that experience. You don't want the pearl, but you want that experience. You see. And all your life you're searching for that. You see. To optimally, to optimize your health, to optimize your sensitivity of nervous system, to optimize everything, to optimize your functioning. You see. What's good of a pearl or anything else when you don't have your health? What's wealth when you don't have your health? Let's see how long I've been talking. Talking for 1 hour 15 minutes. Throat is kind of dry right now. Hey Sandra, thanks for sharing Moksha Mukti's post again. Appreciate it. We need to go deeper. Moksha Mukti is interested in going deeper. All these gatherings have been touching on a surface. No one seems to be wanting to go deeper. Or you are going deeper but not saying anything. And there is no way of knowing until you share the comments. Lynette Mata Lance is here. Hi Lynette, hi Lynn, thanks for joining, namaste. No one seeming to go deeper. Or you are going deeper. Maybe you are experiencing something profound and just simply observing and recognizing, experiencing. Which is okay, no problem. This gathering being quiet gathering, it's okay. Sometimes silence is needed. Sometimes no words are necessary. Sometimes they are. And words are just the expression. Expression to describe. Just the description. Charge the phone, says I only have 20% battery. Vivian says I want to go deeper. Come on, Vivian, you've got to try. You've got to give attention to go deeper. It requires your effort. Ahmad Johnson says, how can I overcome the deep fear of failure? Ahmad, there is two things that is happening from your statement. One is fear and one is failure. And maybe three is overcoming. Overcoming fear of failure. So there is three things happening. One is overcoming. One is failure and one is fear. So in the reality, overcoming is not important. Failure is not important, but your fear is important, isn't it? And if fear is there in the body, and Moksha Mukti has spoken on this on many occasions. Fear is there in the body, you see. And when the fear happens in your body, and that is arise in your body to protect you from a danger, you see. And thought is doing what? Thought wants to get rid of that fear from the body. So what you're saying is overcoming. Overcoming is throwing the fear out of the body. You cannot throw the fear out of the body because that's who you are. That's part of your mechanism. It's an energy, sensation, whatever. But some reason mind doesn't like that, because mind likes everything sensual. What happens? It wants to get rid of that fear, sensation from the body. That overcome. It wants to overcome. But it cannot in the reality, because it is there to protect you. And 10% of that fear is you can manage. There is no problem. Now what happens? The thought wanting to overcome that fear from the body is causing you the friction. And that friction is causing you anxiety, stress, and that fear to be exaggerated. See, that's what's happening there. So don't believe in your thoughts, even for 15 seconds. Moksha Mukti is pointing in this gathering. Lorraine says, good day. Good day, Lorraine. Thanks for joining. And Vivian says, I'm find the pearl. Well, Moksha Mukti is not giving you the pearl, Vivian. Moksha Mukti is pointing you to that. And that you may call it pearl, or, epiphany, or whatever. You see, that is your experiencing. And it requires your attention. Simple effort. And when the effort is given, that is Observe the observing. Observing is going on and something else is also observing. So give attention to that observing, and there is a possibility for you to open up, and there's a possibility for you to experience, recognize and see. And once you get the taste of it, you see, and you want it more and more and more, because all your life that is what you're searching for. All your life that is what you've been longing for. See, to be with the source, to recognize the source here and now in the present moment, not in the future. And some people are assuming, well, what you're describing sounds like death, but it's not death. It's now while living. That experiencing is available to you now in this present moment. Colleen F. Hoke, or Hoke, says hello. Hello, Colleen. And what is happening today is there is more silence than a verbal expression. So when this happens, a lot of people leave because people want to hear words. You see, even the silence, there is something communicated. You see. I'm going to quickly check email. There are no comments. Ahmad writes, thank you. So you're saying fear isn't the problem, so I need to embrace the fear instead of trying to overcome it. Accept the fear. Fear is there in the body. Accept it. And by accepting itself will overcome it. You don't need to overcome it. Your thought wants to overcome it. Vivian says, I enjoy the silence. And it's okay to have a low energy. It's okay to feel tired. You wanting to feel energetic, you wanting to not feel tired is actually causing you the problem. Well, if you're hungry, if you need to drink some juice, drink some juice, drink some water, what physiological level, you can take care of that. You see, that is in your control. But even if you drink some juice or, and wanting to feel energetic and not happening, see, if it doesn't happen, you want it to happen is causing you the problem. But certainly, physiological level, you need to take care of the body, sleep well, drink healthy, eat and drink healthy, all that is necessary to do that. You see, even body tells you what you need to eat and what you don't need to eat. But see, humans are too busy going a merry-go-round in a circle. Going to the trap. This is a trap. Merry-go-round is a trap. Thoughts trap. You're trapped into that. Going and going and going and going, thinking you are going somewhere. In the reality, you're stuck in one place, in the circle. That's thoughts doing that. Somehow, sometime, Moksha Mukti was thrown out of that circle into the unknown territory. And you want to stay in this circle because that feels safe, because you have stayed there all your life. This is how you're taught, and you want to stay there. 99% of the human being, you're in there. And you cannot get out of there. And Moksha Mukti was thrown out and experienced unknown territory, unknown experiences. Ahmad says, I understand, thanks. Okay, Ahmad, you're welcome. Looks like everyone is left today. Only a few of you here, enjoying the silence. Sherry, are you still eating your biki and drinking your tea? I know Vivian is listening. Ahmad is here. I don't know who else is here. If you don't type, I don't know who you are here. So your comment lets me know you're here. But some of you don't like to comment, just listen, which is okay, no problem. Alright, I've been speaking for 1.5 hours sitting here, and it's time to take a little break, take a little walk around, you see, because sitting for too long is not good. So Moksha Mukti is going to take a little break, and we'll be right back, okay? I am back. Oh, you're still here. I thought you all be gone. All right. Stacy Koda Rivli says hello. Hello, Stacy. Says, how are you? I'm well. How are you? Davarka Ledenko. Hey, Davarka. Or Davarka. I'm doing my best to pronounce your name. You've been here multiple times, and thanks for joining again. Says hello. Sherry writes, where did you go? I went to get a glass of water, Sherry. And it's not too good to sit down, all day or all for a long period of time, So you need to stand up and take a little break from sitting down. So what are the common questions? No more comments, questions, concerns? Let's see. So there you are. Stacy Koda Rivley says, sometimes I feel like I am walking in circles. I have been told with some strange events the universe is trying to get my attention. You're not really feeling that you're in circles, Stacy. You are in the circles. You are in the circles of the thoughts, wanting to get off because you're tired, you're exhausted, going in the circle, and you want to come home. That's what Moksha Mukti is pointing you to the source. Don't believe in your thoughts for 15 seconds to however long you can. He's just saying 15 seconds because, hey, you come here, you have 15 seconds to spare. Give attention to that. That is observing. You see. And the source, yes, the source is trying to get your attention subtly. But thought is so powerful, it is hijacking your energy, hijacking your attention. But you can take the power back from the thought and give attention to that source, the universe, whatever you want to call it. It's already within you now. Jonathan says, how much do you sell acid for? Jonathan, Moksha Mukti does not do any drugs. Moksha Mukti does not do any alcohol. Moksha Mukti does not eat any meat. And Moksha Mukti does not sell anything. Sherry writes, that's true, taking care of yourself is important. John Imboden says, I am just now tuning in, brother. Hey John, thanks for joining. Namaste. Glad to have you here. This gathering was about to die. There are only few of you, those who are, seems like, totally committed to this experiencing or awakening, whatever you want to call it. And those of you are sticking here, but I had to go and share this links to a couple other places. Now we have more people here, and thanks you all for joining, and namaste. And Moksha Mukti is taking your questions, comment, concern on the comment section. Simply ask him about life experience, and he shall speak regarding that. Otherwise, there is no need for him to speak. He can remain here silently, and that's what he's been doing. Those of you who were here from the beginning knows, like Sherry, Vivian, and whoever you are here. I only remember Sherry and Vivian. We've been here multiple times, and you've been coming here every day, almost every day or every day, and you see, listening. Any more comment? Stacy says, Stacy Koda Rivley says, thank you. You're welcome, Stacy. Davarka writes, Sylvia Ladenko, hi, my daughter needs prayers, terrifying seizures. Thank you, love, mom. Davarka Ladenko. Hey, Davarka, I remember you. Prayers to your daughter, Sylvia. And Moksha Mukti has done one quantum prayer, and he's going to do one more quantum prayer today for your daughter, Sylvia, to be free from seizures. Again, this is just a quantum prayer. It may work, it may not work. He advised you to seek medical help. I think you already done that. I think she was in the hospital last time. Is she out of the hospital or is she still in there? Anyway, here's a prayer for her. This is a quantum prayer for Sylvia. Done. Quantum prayer is fast and quantum prayer is effective. It works for most of the time, most of you. Let me know if that worked, because this is the second quantum prayer he did for Sylvia. And Davarka, thanks for coming here and reporting. Amy says, how do you overcome fear and feel you are stuck in life? Hey, Amy, I don't know, you were here earlier, but I spoke with Jonathan Ahmad, and I already spoke regarding this. So you may want to go back and watch this video, because if I say this again, then that will be repeating. But you're not interested in overcoming. You're not interested in anything. You are interested in fear, and fear is there in the body. Okay? Don't believe in your thoughts. And if you need more pointers, go back to the video, like when this is over, then you can watch this video, because he has already spoken to Jonathan Ahmad regarding fear. And stuck in life is also coming from the thought. Thought is saying you're stuck. Vivian says, watching the squirrels and the birds. See, now you give an outward. It's okay to watch squirrels and birds, there's no problem. But simply observe. Simply observe them. Simply observe your own thoughts. Simply observe everything. You see, that observing, give attention to that is what Moksha Mukti is pointing out. But it's okay. Squirrels and birds, they're nice. Yulilia Trankasa say hello Moksha, namaste om. Namaste Yulilia. And by the way, we're gonna draw your names on the list. We're gonna do the drawing pretty soon, so you know you have opportunity to win one-on-one session, and you can win one-on-one session if you share Moksha Mukti's live video, this video, or some other video. And so far we have Yulilia, Sandra, Agborn, Cindy McCarthy, Olga, Snow, Sahil Kumar, Jenny Jeffers, Vicky Reynolds, Michelle Cook, Dawn Dees, Melanie Hawkins, Anna Flanagan, Jose Sands, Sherry Lewis, Chris Garitino, Wagner Ryan, Carissa Siciliano, Amber Head, Matthew Johnson, John Imelden. I have to get some of your names from this sharing in a few moments. And Yulilia, those of you, I just announced your name. If you have a Skype, that would be good if you want to do one-on-one session via Skype, or else Moksha Mukti can do Skype one-on-one session via Facebook Messenger or on the phone. You see. So those are all the modus operandi to go one-on-one sessions, just to get you prepared. That is upcoming. It seems like the video is frozen. Stacy writes, when you said I want to go home, you're so correct. I chuckled a bit. Yes, Stacy, your home is your source, and that is available to you now in this present moment. Not in the future, not in the past, but now it is available to you, your home. And there is a delay here on this, so I may have typed the comments long ago, and now Moksha Mukti is responding, and there is a 7 seconds to 30 seconds delay. Davarka says, thank you for your time. Love always, Mom. No more questions, comment, concerns. Moksha Mukti only speaks when you have comments, concerns, questions, or if there is a revelation occurring. Jake Kuderski says, my soul is from elsewhere. Oh, really? Where is your soul from, Jake? What are you imagining? Eulalia writes, even if you are observing your thoughts and not pay attention to them, some of them still impress negative emotions on me. Any thoughts on that? Observe. Observe, Eulalia. Observe that negative. Don't just feel good when you have a good thoughts. Even the negative, so-called negative thoughts, is still a thought. Observe that. And it is not the thought. It is a thought. You saying negative emotion is the thought. It's a sensitized thought. Observe that. And that sensitized thought, emotions has duration. You see? And the duration comes and goes. You see? Just because you have that, don't be alarmed, don't be disturbed, don't be distracted, don't be agitated. Observe. Observing keeps on going. And till you recognize the source of where is that negative emotions coming from. And it's okay. It's okay to have so-called negative emotions. It's okay to be tired. It's okay to have a low energy. There is no problem. Vivian said, need to go, have a beautiful and painless day. You do the same, Vivian. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. And we'll talk again. Take care. By the way, Vivian, I don't know, it was yesterday or some other day, you said something about the pain. Maybe you prayed, whatever. You see that there was no pain. There was no pain in Moksha Mukti's back. You see, there is something discomfort there right now, but that's just a sensation. You see, just a sensation there, and it has decreased significantly. And sitting down for too long is not good for the back. You see. And pain is just the experience. It comes and goes. It comes and goes, just the experience. And it's pointing you to something. Each pain, each experience is pointing you to something. Pointing you to be here and now in the present moment. Pointing you to give attention to the source. That is available now, that is observing everything. And you can be observing while you're talking. Even if this happens to Moksha Mukti while in sleep. This has been going on for 2 hours. So this has been going on for 2 hours. No more questions, comment, concern? Cody James Murphy, is it okay to loathe personal contact? Let's see, what do you mean by loathe? Disgust. It's okay to discuss personal contact. Do not know what you mean, Cody. What do you mean by personal contact? Julia asks, what about the feeling at the moment? What should I do? There is nothing to do, Julia. Simply observe. You're here, if you have time, simply observe. Observe the observing that is going on. If you need to take action, if you need to do something, go and do something. You see? But if you are in this gathering, if you have time, he's pointing you to give attention. Even the feelings are sensitized thoughts. Observe the feelings. Is the drawing going to be today during the session? Not during the session, possibly today or tomorrow. By the way, do you have a Skype, Yulia? When we do personal one-on-one session, Moksha Mukti does it via Skype. So if you win, do you have Skype? And those of you on the list on the drawing are those of you who are interested in doing one-on-one session with Moksha Mukti. He prefers to do via Skype. And we can do one-on-one session, go deeper via Skype. And he'll provide the link here. And through the link, you can request one-on-one session. And he will be drawing the luck of the draw either today or tomorrow for those who shared Moksha Mukti's live feed or the page. And I'm going to well, I'm going to share the link where you can go and request one-on-one session with Moksha Mukti. see if I can. Okay, I just shared the link where you can request one-on-one session. I'm going to just relax here, lean back. Not too much comment is happening. Let's see who, see if I can get the new names here on that list right here. Okay, who shared? So I'm gonna put down Lindsay Lee. Lindsay Lee, she shared the Moksha Mukti link today. Sandra Akburn shared again. Sherry Louise shared again. And who else? And there was one question. Shakira Spencer, well, she wrote like almost an hour ago. What life experiences actually has an effect on moksha? Simply experiencing. There is no cause and effect. Cause and effect is only for the thought level. In there is a cause and effect, but simply experiencing. And cause and effect are there only seen through the mind and eyes, and that is based on condition that you're imposed upon. So whatever Moksha Mukti was conditioned, based on that condition there is an effect. But in the experiencing, that effect holds no value, you see. But in the reality, in the synthetic reality, yes, there is a cause and effect, and that you cannot deny that. Someone, William Lawrence, says he's reaching out to information. Moksha Mukti is not interested in that. He may read later on, but now he's not interested in any information. Simply experiencing, be here and now, in this present moment. Everything you need is already available to you now. You don't need no evidence, you don't need nothing in the reality. Of course, you need something to function in the society, that's different, real. But what Moksha Mukti is pointing, you don't need nothing. Everything is already available to you now. You're thirsty, glass of water is available, or if there is no water, you'll go find water. If you're hungry, you'll find food. No, you don't have to be present for the drawing, which is luck of the draw. Once we draw it, and when you win, I'll announce it, and you can have the one-on-one session for free. And then there's always opportunity for you to request one, and then I will probably do multiple drawings. There are looks like a one drawing. There will there will only be 10 people in that one group, and the next 10 people on different group. So your opportunity to win is 1 out of 10, which is 10%. 10% chance to win. One-on-one session with Moksha Mukti. Catherine Ann Redmond says, much love and light. Hello Catherine, thanks for joining. Namaste. Four. Seems like almost 2 minutes delay now. What is appearing there is like what I did 2 minutes ago. Or maybe even 3 minutes. Almost 3 minutes delay. This is simply happening, and this happening, there is a lot of silence here because Moksha Mukti does not need to speak. He is simply speaking when you push his button by writing something on the comment section. Otherwise, he is simply remaining silent until something reveals or the revelation occurs. Then he speaks. You see. This is all dance of quantum. Universe is dancing, quantum is dancing, and we are creating relationship based on the dance universe has created. And in this dance, we are interpreting all the data received in this dance. Dance creates the data, and that data is received through 5 senses. And some data received through peculiar way that the mind does not know, mind cannot recognize it, mind cannot fathom, and mind wants to know. And but the source, you see, there's a recognition there, the connection is already there, and then you see, you're not far from anything. You see, there is no distance, there is no depth, there is no color, there is no texture, there is no distance, there is no space. And you and I are all one. We are all one in the reality, separated by the perception of our separateness, perceived by the mind. Mind perceives the separateness, and you cannot deny that. However, in the reality, it is just the perception perceived by the mind for you to see, for you to experience all these illusions. And you have to accept all these illusions to function in the society, agreed, accepted collectively. But in the reality, we are all one. There is no separation, you see. And that is already connected within you. And whatever you're seeking outward is already available to you now, you see. And you may say this is meditation, but this is natural meditation that is happening to Moksha Mukti, you see. And most of the time he doesn't close his eyes to meditate, but sometimes he closes automatically. It depends on all the level of energy the body has. Sometimes eyes closing is necessary, sometimes it's not. Most of the time Moksha Mukti does not even close eyes to meditate. But the meditation is simply happening automatically, naturally, on its own, without any effort. And it's simply pointing you to give your attention to the source that is available to you now in the present moment. Only for 15 seconds. It's pointing you to give your attention to that, which is the source that is observing everything. Only 15 seconds. Total attention to that observing. And then it's pointing there is a possibility for you to experience infinite possibilities. There is a possibility for you to recognize the source. There is a possibility for you to see the source, not like seeing with your eyes, but you see with your blind man's eye. Just like blind person can see. Through their eyes you can see the source. And that's what Moksha Mukti is pointing to you. That is your home. That is all your life you're seeking to that. All your life you're searching for that. And it is there, right there within you. You see. And you're too busy looking outward into the future. Never now in the present moment. Always say in the future. No, I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to do it in the future. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to do it day after. I'm going to do next year. You see, because now I'm too busy. I'm too busy fighting this fear. I'm too busy fighting this anxiety. I'm too busy fighting this negative emotion. I am too busy. And you're not busy to give attention to that which is seeking your attention all along. And you are seeking to that all your life. And you knew this when you were a child, but since adult you have forgotten. Perhaps your hormone causing you to forget, but you have forgotten. But you knew this uniquely when you were a child. Anyway, all of a sudden the revelation occurred, something occurred, Moksha Mukti spoke, now he's going to remain silent. Any questions, comment, concern? You're going to push this button for him to speak. And no, Moksha Mukti is not sleeping. He's simply closing his eyes, saving the energy. And this is natural meditation that is simply happening. And Moksha Mukti meditates even while talking, while opening eyes, while walking, while doing. There is a meditation happening. Simply observing that is happening. He is observing. And it's not he is observing, simply observing is happening. Observing is happening. There is nobody here in the reality. There is no speaker here, only speaking going on. You see. And the light, love, whatever you are seeking is already available to you now in word. And that light that is available within you is brighter than the sun, brighter than any stars in the new universe. It is available to you. You don't see that with your eyes, but you see that with your blind mind's eyes. It's like how a blind person sees. That is available to you. See, in the present moment. And the love is simply expression of the existence, expressing. That is love. Unconditional love. Love that you're taught or conditioned upon are conditional love. One thought can say, I'm going to love this person. Next thought is going to say, I'm not going to love this person. I'm going to hate this person. Because that is all thoughts doing that. Thought is creating all the illusion and the mind is interpreting the thought. And saying this is love, this is hate, this is right, this is wrong, this is black, this is white, this is night, this is day. All of them are interpreting, all of them are happening. All of them are happening now. You see. And you're too busy finding something. I want to find something. I want to know something. I want to do something. It's okay to know, do, But it's simply happening. Stacy writes, thank you for sharing. You're welcome, Stacy. Lali writes, the power of now. No, Lali, it's not the power of now, simply now. The power. What is the power? Power is the interperson of the mind or the thought. Simply is. Simply is now. Simply is the present moment. Simply is the source. It requires your attention. It requires your attention now. And when you search and search something outward, it drains your energy. Because in the reality, what you're searching is not out there, searching is already within you. You see. So anyway, I think it's time for Moksha Mukti to go. He's been speaking for over 2.5 hours, or having this gathering for 2.5 hours, and it's time for him to go. Stacy Koda writes, "I can listen to you for hours." Laugh and laugh. Well, Moksha Mukti been here 2.5 hours. Out of 2.5 hours, he may only literally spoke only for 1.5 hours. Rest hour he was silent. But thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, and thank you for commenting. And it's almost time to go. Little stretch. Need to stretch. Stretch for the back. You don't want to put too much strain on the back. There are a few friend requests coming in today. I can hear the airplane go by. No, Moksha Mukti is not sleeping. Simply is closing his eyes. Conserving energy. All your life you're taught to believe, or taught, or conditioned, or imposed that condition upon you by your society that everything is outward, nothing is inward. But in the reality, everything you're seeking, everything you're wanting, everything you're longing, really is within you, not outward. But outward, when you open your eyes, you can see, oh my God, there is everything. But there's just illusion appearing. Lali McGregor says thank you. You're welcome, Lali. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here today. And this gathering is a true gathering. This is true association or satsang. When even one person listens, This gathering becomes satsang. If no one listens, even this microphone is listening, glass is listening, all the objects are listening, even this is not listening something, a bird is listening outward, even the insect is listening, and then this becomes satsang. This is true association, you see, and Moksha Mukti is speaking about the truth. He is speaking the truth. However, he is not asking you to accept this as a truth. He is asking you to validate and verify in your own functionality, in your own experiencing. However, you need to come to the term and be honest with yourself for you to accept this. You see, because all your life you've been lied and you are seeking more lies, more information. Those are lies anyway. You're seeking more lies, and lies that has you have been collecting in the mind, that is causing you exhaustion, that is causing you tiredness, that is causing you anxiety, that is causing you depression, loneliness. You see? And you want to be free from that. Free from all the lies. But you're not ready to come to terms and be honest yourself, you see. I mean, you can lie to others, you can lie all you want, but you do not lie to yourself. That's what Moksha Mukti is pointing. You do not want to lie to yourself. Because now you're observing, experiencing for yourself. If you lie to yourself, there's going to be a problem, you see. If you don't lie to yourself, there is no problem, you see. Andy Robinson says, hello, I have joined late. Sorry, peace to you and the world. Andy, hello, namaste. Thanks for joining. And this talk is about to end. This gathering is about to end. This is true gathering, you see. And the peace is not out there. Peace is already within you for you to experience. And if everyone gives attention to the source and experience the so-called source, experience that peace, then world will be peace. But Moksha Mukti is not going to go around shout from the roof, hey everyone, with a microphone or this power horn, hey everyone, give attention to the source now. Give attention to the source now, and recognize the source, and recognize that peace is already within you, and then we can have a world peace. No, Moksha Mukti is not going to shout like that, you see. However, if everyone does it in the reality, yes, there will be total peace. All wars will be ceased. You see, all the suffering will be eliminated, because I am suffering because you are suffering in the reality. And everything can be eliminated. It's possible. However, he's not going to shout. Moksha Mukti is not going to shout. And he only speaks in this little gathering. This is just a tiny gathering. You see. So far there are 137 comments. So far there are maybe 137 of you are here. Or maybe a little bit more, because some of you do not comment. Maybe there are 200 of you here in today's gathering who watch this gathering. Participate in this gathering. It's just a small group of people, you see. And this can also have, if all of you 200 people can experience the source, recognize the source, and experience that peace, even this 200 people can create a ripple effect, you see. It's possible. It's a possibility and potentiality and possibilities. That's all we have, you see. And simply this is happening. So anyway, he's been speaking for almost 3 hours, so might as well speak for another 15 minutes and make it 3 hours. I mean, if you are interested, if you are here, there are a few of you here now. So if you're still here, Moksha Mukti is going to be here for another 15 minutes and make this 3 hours talk. And we're going to end this talk today. So 15 more minutes. Feel free to share comments, write comments, ask questions. Otherwise, Moksha Mukti is going to sit here, sit silently, just like he's been doing it for the rest of these talks today, rest of this gathering, in relaxation. Everything happens in relaxation. And Moksha Mukti is closing his eyes, he is not sleeping. He's simply closing his eyes, conserving energy. Whatever outside is just the illusion. But can you deny that illusion? No, you cannot deny that illusion because you perceive it through this mental mechanism that is given to you or granted to you or cursed upon you in the course of so-called evolution, if such thing occurred. In that, your mental equipment or capacity or this mental mind that sees the separateness is placed or cursed or granted upon you through the course of the nature, through the mutation or through this accident or through mistake, for whatever reason. The mental equipment is placed upon you or granted upon you or cursed upon you. And through that you see the separateness, but in the reality, you and I are not separate, only perceived. But you cannot deny that. Because of the mental equipment, it is there. You cannot deny that, but in the reality, you and I are not separate, inward. That's where Moksha Mukti is pointing to you, to experience that, to recognize that, because all your life you are longing to come home, to be here, to the source, experiencing, recognizing, seeing. See, and get fascinated in relaxation. You see. Vivian says, I am back. Good. Glad to have you here, Vivian. How are you now? How are you doing? Moksha Mukti is closing his eyes because he is conserving energy. You see, energy is conserved when you close your eyes. But you have to open to listen. I'll read your comments, so I need to open. And Elan or Elaine, Elan. Is it Elan or Elan? But anyway, I'm doing my best to pronounce your name. Alende says, Namaste, brother. Namaste, Elan. Thanks for joining again. You're back here again. I think in the next gathering, what Moksha Mukti will do, well, actually, at least see, if this works. Moksha Mukti is also going to run a conference line. So you also have your voice heard, because now there's a comment here, but the voice tells more than the comment. Comment also tells something, but you have opportunity to be heard. Moksha Mukti will conduct a session where he will provide the 1-800 number, and that number has up to 100 callers can join in and speak. And if people start talking, normally and naturally, and then that he's gonna keep on continuing, but he's gonna try to do that tomorrow. He's gonna provide you 1-800 number, and if you have access to phone, wherever you are, Nowadays they even have a Viber or something, or some way to call from Wi-Fi. He's going to provide 1-800 number, and through that number you can call the number, and you can write comment, you can call, and we have a live gathering, dynamic gathering. So it becomes dynamic. Now you can hear all these people, you see. So that's coming up tomorrow. Moksha Mukti is going to try to do that tomorrow, and who knows what happens. You see, we can just plan today about tomorrow and leave it to that. See, that is a good example right there. We can plan about tomorrow now and leave it to that. And we can recall from the past now and leave it to that. But be here in the present moment. Vivian says you are tireless. Vivian, when the expression happens, it happens. I don't know where the energy comes. The energy comes through the existence, through the source. The energy comes, you see, because this is the energy of life. There is authenticity there. This authenticity gives authority, not like authority like government or some authority like teacher or police officer or something like that. No, not authority like that. The authority to express, speak the truth. That life energy is giving the authenticity and authority for Moksha Mukti to speak, you see. So that there is definitely energy behind that, and it is there within you also. That's what Moksha Mukti is pointing, because what is here, you already have it, and you have not experienced that because you have not recognized that, and you have not given attention to that, is Moksha Mukti is pointing, you see. Or you may have, but Moksha Mukti does not see. So maybe tomorrow you can hear from voice that something can be revealed. But anyway, Moksha Mukti is not sleeping. He's simply closing his eyes, conserving energy. Energy can be conserved when closing your eyes, because eyes opening consumes your energy, and looking too much outward will cause you problem. You see, because there needs to be balance between outward and inward. If there is too much inward, then you long to see outward, and if it's too much outward, you long to see what is inward. You see, that's your body itself will point you to create the balance. And there is no really too much inward, because, well, only time you need to be outward is like, well, hey, I'm thirsty, I need to get a glass of water, I need to open my eyes, walk downstairs, wherever to the nearest water and get a glass of water. Or if you're hungry, you need to get some food. Or to function in the society, well, you need to have an internet, you need to get a job, you need to get paid, you see. And all that requires your outer attention, outer thoughts, see, to function there. Ilan Elende said, thanks for helping guide all beings to their inner master. Well, Moksha Mukti is guiding you, pointing you now, those of you who are listening. But you're right. He's pointing to all humans on the planet. He's speaking to all humans on the planet, whether they hear him or not. And he's not going to shout from his roof, but this is gathering, this is peaceful gathering, this is true gathering, and this is true association that is happening, and he's expressing that, you see. And no, he's not sleeping, he's closing his eyes. And in about a few minutes, this session is going to end. We only have 8 minutes. 8 more minutes for this session. So this session becomes 3 hours. He didn't plan it like that. He thought he was going to give talks for maybe 1.5 hours, 1 hour. And this is happening. And sitting for too long is not good. It gives you pain. It gives you stress on your back. But he did go downstairs to get some water. but now he needs to get off from this chair and go somewhere. So we're going to end this gathering or the session or the live talks. And thanks everyone for listening. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks for commenting and making this, giving energy to this gathering. And by you joining, this gathering becomes energetic. Regardless, Moksha Mukti can speak whether you hear him or not, you join him or not. That is regardless. But by coming here, this becomes something. You see, what Moksha Mukti is saying is probably nothing. What Moksha Mukti is probably doing nothing. But that nothing becomes something when you accept it, when you recognize it, when you experience this, when you see this, when you hear this. You see. And he's not even looking for acceptance or recognition. He is simply expressing. You see. And Elaine, you're welcome. You're welcome. Glad you're here. And Moksha Mukti would like to thank those of you who share today's link. You can share Moksha Mukti's live feed to any groups that you are a member of it. And then if you share this live feed, then he will put your name to have multiple drawings, 10 people in one group. So you have 10% of chance to win one-on-one session with Moksha Mukti. That is if you want to go deeper. And we can do via phone, or he prefers to do via Skype, phone, or Facebook Messenger. And he's going to do one drawing today or tomorrow, and he's going to announce the winner, and he's going to give some time, and then out of that time he's going to say, well, which one you prefer. So you reply back and say, I want to do it this time. So we lock the time, we schedule the time, and we go one-on-one session, 15 minutes to 1 hour. 15 minutes to 30 minutes, you see, for free. That is if you share this live event on your page or on your group, or any group you're a member of it. He's going to do that. And then you also have an opportunity to request one-on-one session with Moksha Mukti from the page, the website that Moksha Mukti shared earlier. He has already shared that. You can go and request one-on-one session with Moksha Mukti to go deeper. So you can go deeper to experience what he's pointing. Some of you may have already experienced that. Some may have struggling to do that. So in that case, if you want to go deeper, Moksha Mukti is going to point to you on one-on-one session. And here we are also doing that. He's giving you 3 hours of your time. You can ask questions on the comment section. He could have done that now. You have the opportunity to ask as many questions as long as the others not minding, because now if you even ask question, that question is others question also, you see. And so you, by doing that, you're not helping yourself, you're helping others as well, you see. So anyway, Moksha Mukti is not sleeping, simply closing his eyes, conserving energy. And in a way, this is natural meditation. There is no method how he's meditating. He's meditating, he's simply observing anything and everything that he possibly can with this amount of energy. You see.